Hey guys, it's Claude, and today's deck opening is going to be for Joker41. Good luck to you. This box has been pretty interesting so far. Do love seeing all the new cards, especially the new houses. Very, very fun. Set has been very powerful as well from what I've been hearing from everyone and just a little bit of what I've seen from personal experience. Silver Archon, Dis, Shadows, and Logos. This used to be the three best houses in the very first set. Quetzal Stairs Wizard. And once again, the Archon itself is very, very big. It takes up most of the space. That's really cool. Definitely have never seen these arms or legs before. Very nice. Good luck to you. And if you yourself are interested in becoming a patron, you can be just like Joker here. Every little bit does help out the channel, guys. And as always, the most important thing to help the channel is liking and subscribing the videos. Alright, let's see what we have inside of here. Oh, Rigged Lottery. Amber, whenever you play it, each player discards the top 5 cards of their deck. For each Shadows card discarded, its owner gains an Amber. This is a pretty fun little card. Oh, and you have 2 of them. Wow, this deck should have been named the Gambler, right? A wizard? Maybe it's going to have a lot of wizard-like creatures and logos? I don't know, but 2 Rigged Lotteries. That is kind of interesting to see here. Finch Cloak, 4 power, fight, reap. If you have less Amber than your opponent, steal 1. Otherwise, each player gains an Amber. So no matter how you do this, whenever you reap with this creature, you're going to get 2 Amber, whether you actually stole 1 or you get an additional 1. That's actually not too bad, the fact that you have to give 1 to your opponent. I like this card quite a bit. Yancey Gang is 5 power, action, steal an Amber. Umbra, 2 power, skirmish, fight, steal an Amber. This is a lot of Amber just starting off. Ronnie Wrist Clocks, 2 power, play, steal an Amber. If your opponent has 7 or more, you get to steal 2 instead. Inky Gloom, your opponent cannot use creatures to reap on their next turn. Hawk, 1 Amber whenever you play it. Destroy an artifact. If you do, you gain an Amber. A lot of times it's good for 2. Bad Penny. Oh boy, we have nothing to use with this. 1 power, destroyed. Return Bad Penny to your hand. Oh, and I spoke way too soon. It's a Vinda, 4 power, reap. Deal 1 damage to a creature. If this damage destroys that creature, your opponent discards a random card from their hand. Pretty good with that Bad Penny. Maybe you have the Bad Penny out. Reap with it. Destroy it using this. Make your opponent lose a random card from the hand. Replay that Bad Penny. Because you want to use this as often as possible with this card. Oh, and you have 2 of them. Okay, that's actually pretty sweet. It does increase your odds of being able to do some bad penny shenanigans. Oh! Okay, you have 3 Avendas, so yeah, that bad penny just became extremely valuable in this deck. What a great way to finish that Shadows house. Now we have a new card here on the channel. It's Universal Recycle Bin. We're in Logos, by the way. Artifact, Amber whenever you play it. Action, archive a purged card you own. Okay, I guess we could have some chance for purging our own cards because we have Dis in here. And also, purge is kind of a bigger mechanic now, so maybe if our opponent is trying to purge our own cards, this would be a great way to get some of those back. Seismo Entangler is an artifact. Action, choose a house. During your opponent's next turn, creatures of the chosen house cannot be used to reap. Anomaly Exploiter, it's an artifact. Action, destroy a damaged creature. Tau Tau Vapors, play, draw 2 cards, archive a card. Sanitation Engineer is 4 power. Hazardous 1. Reap. Discard a card from your hand. Great for cycling through your deck. Information Exchange. We had a lot of steal inside Shadows. Now we have some more in Logos. Steal 1. If your opponent stole Amber from you on their previous turn, steal 2 instead. Hapsis 5 power. After an enemy creature is destroyed, fighting Hapsis, ward it and draw a card. Igor 2 power. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck whenever you play it. Add 1 to your hand and discard the others. Daughter 2 power, elusive. During your draw card step, refill your hand to 1 additional card. This deck looks really good so far. Good cycling, great steals. What more can you ask for? Cutthroat Research, Amber whenever you play it. Steal 2 Amber if your opponent has 8 or more. Babbling Bibliophile, 1 power, reap, draw 2 cards. Fantastic. And a second one of those. Now we're on to Dis. Soul Fiddle, it's an artifact. Action, enrage a creature. Scolion is 7 power, 2 armor. Whenever you play it, sacrifice a friendly creature. Library of the Damned, it's an artifact. Action, archive a card that helps move through your deck a little bit faster too. Oh my gosh, look what it is. It's Eon the Fringes, 1 power, elusive. During your turn, after you discard a discard from your hand, you may purge a discard from a discard pile. If you do, steal an Amber. This is so good to build up to a big disc turn. Drop this card down. Just discard and then purge all the discards from your hand. If your opponent has discards in their discard pile, sure, you can target those as well. But turning every single discard into a steal is absolutely bonkers. Board Knits Touch, Amber whenever you play it. Reveal the top 5 cards of a player's deck. Purge a card revealed this way. Shuffle the other revealed cards into that deck. And Board Knit himself, 3 power Reap. It's going to be the same exact effect, except just attached to a body. Blood Shard Imp is 2 power. After a creature reaps, its controller must sacrifice it. The Evil Eye, Amber whenever you play it. Keys cost +3 Amber during your opponent's next turn. So not quite as powerful as Alash Your Broken Dreams, but it's pretty useful because you'll be able to increase their key cost the turn you play it as opposed to having to wait with Alash Your Broken Dreams. Rot Grub is 1 power. Play. Your opponent loses 1 Amber. Reap, archive it. Oh, and Furnace is in here as well. That is really good. 4 power. Play. Purge up to 2 cards from a discard pile. Your opponent loses Amber equal to the total Amber bonus of the purged cards. This is great for thinning your deck out. This is great for taking away some of your opponent's best cards. Just an all-around fantastic card, and I'm liking what I see in this deck. Harbinger of Doom, 2 power, 3 armor, destroy each creature. So now we have a board wipe in here. A little bit different style of a board wipe, though. Buzzle's 3 power skirmish. Play, fight. You may purge one of Buzzle's neighbors. If you do, ready Buzzle. This seems to be the most common discard of all the commons. I get this in every single disc deck we've opened, or at least it feels like we have. And that is the final card of the deck. I am very excited to go back through this. This is looking pretty strong. Let's go ahead and start with the Amber, as always. Now, the Amber count itself might look a little bit low, but there's a lot of steel in here. And slowing down your opponent while also getting Amber is very, very good. I'm sure a lot of you guys have played since Call of the Archons. And you know just how good stealing really is. And this deck seems to do it pretty well. And these rigged lotteries, I'm not exactly sure how we're going to count them for Amber. For right now, we're going to count them as the 1 printed plus 1 down below. We're going to call them 2 for right now. So that's 2, 4. Can't necessarily count these creatures, but good odds we're going to get some Amber from those. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is going to be at least 2 the way I'd like to play it. So that's 13, 14, 15. All right, 15 is actually going low on that count. I'm pretty sure you're going to get more overall because there's just some really great cards in here. All right, let's go ahead and check out the Amber control now, which is going to be very, very high. Okay. Oh, yeah, right there. This will slow them down as well. And Furnace, always fantastic. Rot Grub. And another beautiful thing, we have so many ways to draw into those and get to them a little bit quicker. Oh, and Inky Gloom is a little bit of Amber control. I always put it up with it, but I don't really count it towards the total. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Amber control cards minimum. And a lot of these have a good chance of stealing more than just 1 Amber, so that's really, really nice. Or controlling more than just 1 Amber. Very, very cool. Big fan of this. Okay, so the first thing that kind of stuck out to me with this deck is the fact that this Universal Recycle Bin, when I first saw it, I didn't know how good it was going to be in this deck, but now that we have seen the disc package, this is going to be really good. We have the opportunity to use this in Furnace. Let's say our opponent has no Amber Pips in their discard pile, but we need to control their Amber. We don't mind targeting our own cards in our discard pile that we actually still want to keep because we have an opportunity to get it back with this Universal Recycle Bin. That's really good. Same thing with the Fringes. You don't necessarily know if you always want to get rid of your discards, but the fact that you can bring back any of them gets rid of any of the negatives that could have potentially brought to this deck. So yeah, the Universal Recycle Bin is really good in here. I love the amount of steel. I feel like we have some bigger steals in here. As far as like the information exchange, good chance I can get to. Rhiny Wrist Clocks has a good chance of getting to. Umbras and Yancey Gangs, as well as the Finch Cloaks being reusable, is really awesome. You got big Amber Burst cards potentially with the Rigged Lottery. There's quite a few cards that can actually get you 2 Amber just for 1 card in this deck, and that's really uncommon. And to see that all in here is very, very nice. Deck has a decent amount of ways to purge our opponent's cards, just so you can get rid of the worst things they have. You have the Board Knit, the Board Knit's Touch, the Infernus. All very nice for helping control your opponent's deck. Let's go ahead and bring up all the creatures, actually. We didn't go through that count. I feel like we had a good amount, though. Remember, Shadows had quite a bit. Logos might have been lacking. I don't remember too many inside of Logos off the top of my head. Let's see. Oh, then again, check that pile out. Wow, that is pretty good. The reason I didn't remember all those was because they had so many great effects and I was looking at them for their effects. Okay, let's go ahead and add this up. We have 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20? Oh my gosh. 21, 22. Whoa, that is so many creatures. That is great. I'm really happy with this deck. This is so cool, Joker. Congratulations. Okay, so you have all these creatures that have all these incredible effects, can really help you control the game, cycle through the deck. And then the cards that aren't creatures are no slouch. Like, these things are really, really good all on their own. You don't really have any bad cards in here. If your opponent has just an overall bigger board than you, we're actually saying power-wise, if they have a bunch of Saurian and Brobnar, just really huge creatures, you have the Exploiter and the Harbinger of Doom to try and help take care of that. Odds are they're going to have to fight into some of your creatures. They will cause a little bit of damage to theirs, and that's where the Exploiter is really going to shine. Yeah, this deck just has a lot of great things going for it. A decent amount of archiving as well. You have the Library of the Damned, the Universal Recycle Bin to add more cards to your archives. The CotA Vapors will do that as well. We didn't even actually put up the Seismo Entangler with Amber Control, because that is actually up there as well. Soul Fiddle kind of does it in its own unique way. Yeah, this deck is really, really strong. Even though you only have one Infernus in here, pretty sure you want to deplete your deck down a little bit, get yourself down to your absolute best cards. One thing I highly suggest, if your opponent doesn't have shadows, and let's say you're depleting your deck, you're getting rid of all your discards in your deck, right? Let's say you're archiving maybe your Logos cards. The one house you want to keep in here is the shadows. Make sure your deck keeps every single shadows card. Why? You're a gambler, right? Check that out. You want to hit the lottery every single turn. If you could set up to where there's only shadows left in your deck, and this becomes a 1 card, 6 amber, you're going to win the game. Well, this is a really cool looking deck. Congratulations to you. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching my videos, and I will see you next time.